Why are so many people suddenly acting like telling your kids Santa is real is abuse? Squeaky wheel gets the grease. They shout louder than everyone else. But they are a small minority. Ignore them if you want. I lied to my mom that I believed in Santa until I was 12. Bekwase, she seemed so excited about the whole Santa and Christmas thing. Didn't want to ruin it for her. Some people were crushed when they found out he wasn't real, and that feeling they had, they don't want their kids to have, or they were lied to about other things and want to always be truthful to their kids. Others just want to be different or ruin others' fun. I was having a good day until people. But lately I have seen so many people say that telling kids Santa is real is manipulative, emotionally abusive, and makes you a bad parent who lies to their kid. And where exactly are you seeing this? I haven't seen it said to be abusive, but it's definitely not a new idea to be honest about Santa. I was a little kid in the early 90s and my parents decided they didn't like the idea of lying to me about what is real and what is not. I don't feel my childhood was any less magical because of that. Santa was explained to me as if it was just another fairy tale. The ones that really confuse me are the people who say they still hold resentment towards their parents for lying about Santa, or still remember how deeply they were hurt when they were told Santa wasn't real and it still affects them. Like, if that's the case, this isn't about Santa. You have some other childhood issues with your parents that have gone unresolved and you've attached it to the Santa thing. Because that is an extreme reaction for a grown adult to have. I have extensively researched the Santa debate through the lens of developmental psychology. It's a big debate at my in-laws. Most experts agree that it's not harmful in most circumstances to say Santa is real. It's only harmful when children cannot decipher reality from fantasy. Most say it's a natural progression when the child phases out Santa while learning about abstract concepts. Now if you beat your kids while reinforcing the existence of Santa, that's another story. Here is an insight that is going to change your life. We live in a society that is addicted to judging others and finding fault. Tune it out and you will be happy. I have never seen someone say that telling your child Santa is real is abuse. That would be insulting to people who have actually been abused. It must be something odd about where you are reading or talking to people. 'Cause people aren't happy unless they are bitching about something. If a child is told that Santa is always watching and judging them so they have to be good, that's kind of messed up. If a child is just told that Santa brings them presents, I don't see an issue. I find that funny. Telling your kid, if they are good, a jolly elf brings you presents on Christmas and that you need to leave cookies and milk for him is abuse. But telling them that there is a God that will punish you with eternal damnation if you sin, and every Sunday you need to listen to some preacher guy and then eat human flesh and wash it down with a drink of blood is okay. Honestly, same TBH, I feel like Santa was the only good part of my life before the abuse and alcohol got to be too much by my parent, and I'd have to wake up and throw away all the presents that had gotten smashed from the night before from a particularly angry alcoholic parent. Any holidays I stopped celebrating, but since I had my daughter last year I once again feel the need and want to celebrate, and I'm so excited to make her Christmas magical and make her happy, unlike mine. Less than 3. If my daughter thinks I am a terrible mother when she grows up for trying to make her life magical around holidays instead of terrifying and painful like mine were, then I'll understand. I've often contemplated this as well, not the abuse part. I feel that's a bit much to call it abuse. However, lying about a person is still a lie no matter the intent, but I will always be honest about everything else with her. I'm 30 now and haven't felt truly excited for a Christmas since I was maybe 9 or 10. I will say what I want do is tell my daughter that if she does not behave I'll have Santa take away all of her presents. I feel that is a form of manipulation and potentially abuse as well. I will probably do the Santa thing until she gets older, around 67, then I will explain how I'm Santa. Outrage is a currency. The demand for outrage exceeds the amount of things there is to be outraged over. When demand exceeds supply, new supply is brought online to fill that need. I think the big thing people find abusive is the misuse of Santa. I think the target of people's ire are the parents who are actively using Santa in such a way where it's like, clean your room or Santa won't come, instead of parenting. Likewise, I think the overt lying is something a lot of people are trying to unlearn in response to their parents lying being destructive in their own childhood in some way. I also wouldn't be shocked if part of it is a reflection of society's growing mistrust in surveillance. As we get more and more of our information logged by technology, the whole sees you when you're sleeping thing and the whole elf on the shelf popularity thing certainly rubs some parents the wrong way, especially on the quest to teach their children about privacy. With all that said, to call Santa abusive is a bit of a stretch, and I hope someday the people you're seeing post about it realize how harmful it can be to water down words and experiences of actual abuse like that. I don't encourage the Santa tale to my son, but I don't tell him the truth either. He'll find out soon enough by himself. But the most important thing about Santa is, do not threaten your children or scare them over Santa. Luckily, I already knew my parents were untrustworthy liars. So it wasn't that big of a shock at 5 when I figured out the Santa BS was just that. Aw man. A few adults have forgotten all of the purposes of Santa. There's all the ones for children. But it also teaches parents that they don't need credit for gifting presents to their kids. Plus, school ruins Santa for kids early enough. I'm not here to judge people who tell their kids Santa doesn't exist, or people who keep up the magic for as long as possible. But I'm definitely judging the loud minority who says lying about Santa is child abuse. They are psychotic. Santa's here tonight and my little 3-year-old boy is currently snuggled up to me all excited. I loved holidays as a kid, and I'm going to make sure he does as well. When he's old enough it's different. But while he's a child, let him have a great time. As someone whose parents never did the whole Santa, Tooth Fairy or Easter Bunny thing, I really wish they had. Every other kid would be so immersed in the holidays and their family so involved to add a little joy to their lives, and it really sucked not having that. People are just sensitive and want to find any way to make something sound bad.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Ericast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.